All right, everyone. I was given a heads up on what we're about to see. Let's get into
That is
this.
a victory, Nikkei.
And let's see what they have given us for our first place winner. What the heck? Okay, let's tap to enter. Let me get a closer look. Initial voting results will be updated and then they'll refresh. So we'll be able to consistently see who's winning. Okay. Ah, nice. This is a song they use. Before I get into this, it seems there was a misconception on when I was doing the poll. If you were to ask me to choose between Cinderella or Liberalia or Siren, I couldn't do it. In fact, for the whole top 5, let me just say that if all of them were in a room, I would probably be a father 5 times over. Anyways, if we click on, okay, it's nothing to click on, we just go down. So let's see what they got for us. A school one with, it seems, us with the, symbol commander stall. Okay, we can also zoom in. Or is it a more bit? No, it's school. Definitely school. All right. So the second one. Let me zoom in. That looks like maid. Okay, we're a prominent feature. We're a headrest this time. Interesting. And the third, you join the ranks of Mustang. And we are there once again with a doll. Okay, so first impressions is these are interesting. To be quite frank, to go back to the whole poll, again, there were a few reasons why because I couldn't choose 3 of my top 3s, right? The top 3 were all some who were in competition being my favorites. And if you just asked me based on character-wise who to choose, I couldn't choose. I chose Liberalia for a couple of reasons. One, Liberalia was the only one of them at the time who didn't even have an alternate fit at all, let alone a gotcha. And then 2, Liberalia was currently deceased. And I was thinking the only way to get an event like this was if Liberalia was alive. But the devs have since fixed both of those issues. Liberalia got a gotcha fit, which I didn't even expect, and if I'm honest, it was better than I ever could have hoped for. I am completely satisfied on that front. I need nothing else. I love it. And then, in that same fit, I saw, fam, that's kind of terrifying. Why? You know what else has harmony in it? Red shoes theme. A reference to red shoes, and then sure enough, Mirror brought Liberalio, or saved Liberalio. Which is funny. Literally so many villains they can ask me, what could they do to make up for their past actions? And normally the response was, can you bring such and such back? Mirror did. That didn't change a daggone thing. Anyways, the point is, those are my 2 qualifications fixed. And Siren, I really don't want much for Siren. Cinderella was in the same boat for me. Honestly, I think they hit the nail on the head with her default. Then we had a gotcha with Blue Eyes, and that was peak 2. And then there was the casual. So for me, when considering this, I'm like, how can you already improve upon perfection? I don't even know what I would want. So for this more so, I would look at the stories, because me personally, none of these can match what you see here. All right? Or the gotcha. Like, yeah, both of these, I would put over all three of these. But with the story in mind, and that changes things. And I think I'm honestly how the votes are. This one, no, I'm gonna be honest, I have zero interest in this. First off, how could it even come about? I would assume Cinderella would be, like, we would have to facilitate the classroom. And maybe we have to bring it up to the surface, because I don't imagine by the time this comes, well, who knows? Maybe by the time this comes, Cinderella can rejoin the others. Because the Anderson's already signed off. And if he signed off, then I'm pretty sure we can get Birmingham and the rest. I think we're good. Plus, honestly, not sure if it fits Cinderella's personality that much. So then that brings us to the other two. I guess service-wise, this one will win. I mean, come on, it's Hanson's thing, you know? I'm pretty sure a lot of people, well, like all of these, we've seen plenty of examples where normal characters put this on and then it transforms. But once again, I'm thinking about the story. While I could see them doing something interesting with this, again, I gotta wonder, are you in the arc now? Are you joining the others? And even if you are, I'm still not sure, because you don't have, I would want an event like this for it to be the whole team. I know that sounds greedy, but it's more the chemistry, all right? When we see Hanson come in with this event, there's normally some chemistry with the characters, you know what I mean? And as of now, Cinderella hasn't met anybody. Which leads me to this one. One, if especially we are going to be a part of this event, and keep in mind, this is coming from somebody who I typically dislike having characters in this, because I don't like the idea of that I'm over somebody else. In fact, I told the story where it was in high school, where I was randomly selected to be the king, and my classmates all had to bow to me. That was the most uncomfortable feeling. And I mentioned in Persona 2, for very obvious reasons, if you know Persona 5. I felt uncomfortable, especially when I found out who that was. But in this situation, though, it's different. One, because how can Cinderella's the strongest? If she chooses to do that, this is completely her choice. Number one. Number two, Cinderella is very much, just like the Gaia Squad, a servant for humanity. This is a very natural role, I feel, for her to be in. I feel like it meshes well from the options that we have. And, not gonna lie, I like this. Like, we've had dolls of us. And, I feel like the devs subtly try to lead people towards one way or another. I feel like the devs did not want people to pick this one. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is the only one that has a different symbol for us. And again, people might say, well, if the fit's not, in fact, if we compare these two, and Cinderella's normal, this might be the least risque of the three. But again, I am more interested in this story. Also, now that I'm looking at it, different hairstyle. Yeah, that's it too. Yep. From looking at it from all aspects, for me, it's a clear B. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Huh. I like that they have this image of you looking at the image. So yeah, with that said, question of the day for this one's pretty obvious. Which one would you / did you choose? And leave your reasonings down in the comments below. There is no right or wrong answer, all right? Despite what I was saying. People should feel free to pick what they wanted to. And again, depending on how things change, I sincerely doubt the war will be over in 6 months, though. But I could be wrong. Because we gotta first get the Goddess Squad up. Along with Liberaglio, Rose. There's gotta be some moments between them. Then we got a game plan, get back with the Ark. The Ark's gotta rise to the surface. I don't know. But if it does, then that would change how I look at A and C. Because that's the final thing about B, is I can see you doing this by yourself. Or with the counters possibly present. The reason why you would do that, I'm not sure, but that can also fit nicely into the story without having to confirm anything. So, with that being said, please everyone, post your thoughts about which one you would choose and why down in the comments below. And I will see you all next time.